Yo, my name is Stix and welcome back to your weekly Gacha recap, a video series where we go over the latest news, pre-registrations, test phases, new releases, shutdowns, juicy drama, everything that happened in the Gacha genre over the course of the last week that mattered to me in one easy to digest format. If this is your first time here, consider joining our Stix subreddit community, joining the Gacha Hub community over on Twitter. These are communities you want to be a part of. They have thousands of active members. We discuss Gacha, we discuss the news, the drama, everything as it happens. Now, we have a lot to talk about, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. We're going to address every Gacha game that announced they were shutting down or that just shut down, beginning with Pokémon Masters Ex. They've announced that they are end of servicing on January 28th in 2026 in Indonesia. After the service ends, you will no longer be able to play. That is unfortunate, but at the same time, this is not for global, so global players aren't really going to be affected, but it still sucks for Indonesian players. Sword Art Online variant Showdown has officially ended service. This is definitely global. This affects everyone, actually, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know anyone that actually actively enjoyed this. This tweet has been up for days now. It only has 28,000 views, so I can only assume this wasn't really a very popular Sword Art game, but you know, eventually I think we'll get a decent one day. ReOath has announced they are shutting down on November 27th 2025. Yeah, that's 3 Gacha games in as many days. Regret to inform you that the service for ReOath Kyoshin to Saijo Gaiden will be terminated on November 27th. That's just a couple weeks from today, which is a shame. I don't know what the game is. The characters look pretty generic, but you know what? They're fans of every game. So the 300,000 views is a testament to how many people at the very least knew this game existed and followed it to some extent, so that's a shame. Chaos Zero Nightmare launched like 10 days ago, I think, roughly, and since then it has been very positively received. They've rolled out numerous different updates, addressed all the issues that players were having, gave a lot of compensation, and then they held a live stream in Korea. I think it was just 24 hours ago where they announced, we're getting 50 free polls is going to be rolled out over a 5-week period. But more than that, they announced there are going to be a lot of alterations made to the game, that there were a lot of core issues over the development process of the game. And I made a tweet concerning this that got 250,000 views as of recording, got almost 2,000 likes, hundreds of comments. A lot of people agreed, like the overwhelming majority here agreed with this sentiment, evidently. And that's because a lot of my followers are global players. And I will immediately state here that I address this from the perspective of someone that enjoys story, from someone that enjoys the artistic vision of a game and of a team. But I do understand that there were more fundamental problems with the game that went beyond what I saw on the surface when I reacted to the original Reddit thread. So I'm going to, as a follow-up here, because I am more than happy admitting when I'm wrong, or more than happy diving deeper so it's not surface level, so I can address everything and look at everything from a larger perspective and on a larger scale. Now, I don't think I was wrong. Evidently, there are a lot of people that actually agree with me, but I do want to do the topic justice. And in light of that, I do want to dive deeper into the core issues that Korean players have with it that go beyond what I believed were the issues that were echoed in the live stream. So be on the lookout for a video going over all that in like the next day or two. I will try my best to be unbiased and tackle it as effectively as possible, but I just genuinely don't want them to mess this up, because I really like the game and I don't want them to take what I was enjoying and then just turn it into something that it's not. And I will state, I am all for having a powerful, impactful main character protagonist, but I also don't want to minimize the characters that are also in the story and then just turn them into one-dimensional characters that are just essentially an extension of your harem. Because I want this game to be a game more than just a waifu collector. I love waifu collectors, don't get me wrong, and we have plenty of those already. But this game established itself as a dark, messed up gacha, and that is the direction I want it to keep going. Nikke released a brand new opening music video, and holy crap, dude, it was insane. Like, genuinely, it was really freaking good. As has been the 3rd anniversary event, and my polls on stream just yesterday were really, really good. The amount of pilgrims I got, man, I'm gonna be honest, this game, the devs here, they love me because they always they reward me for playing their game. Duet Night Abyss, much like Chaos Zero Nightmare has been, well, Chaos Zero Nightmare was pretty much universally well received, except for some Korean players, but Duet Night Abyss, it had a rocky start. There were plenty of PC players that loved it, plenty of mobile players that couldn't even play it, and ultimately, I think they've done a good job addressing the issues here. They went over quite a significant number fixes they've made to make it easier for players to get in on both platforms, fixes that are currently in the works, their quality control, future updates, everything. I urge you to go ahead and look over all this because they're doing a very good job. I think they are very, very competent and they are aware of everything that needs to be done, and they're actively trying to. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. OverField is apparently an exquisitely detailed exploration RPG that has pre-registration open with only 13 likes and 2,000 views. That's it? The live 2D animations look cute. This is like Animal Crossing. Okay, that's actually a cute looking game. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a video on this just so people know it exists. I'm gonna help these guys out. Help it reach a larger audience because I mean, that's what Papa Stix does, right? That's part of my responsibility as a gacha content creator to let y'all know that games are coming out. You can pre-register right now on PC, Android, and iOS. This is fully cross-platform compatible, which is awesome. Speaking of new games, Wang Yue released new trailers. 2, actually. One's a story trailer. One is a new gameplay trailer detailing the prologue, new character models, and everything. So I guess we're gonna take a look at this probably on stream. And yeah, I think that could be very cool because this is a game that's going to potentially compete with Neverness, Everness, and Ananta. And also Azure Premilia. Speaking of Azure Premilia, Ananta, Neverness, Everness, Arknights Endfield just had a live stream that detailed a lot. I did a dedicated video on this. It's sitting over 20,000 views right now. I also made a tweet on this that also has over 20,000 views right now. I urge you to go ahead and take a look at either or. The Twitter post details it very, very lightly, but the video goes into quite a bit of detail. Things are looking very good though, and I'm incredibly excited. Morimens is holding their 2nd anniversary, which is sick. This is a game I really need to try out. I genuinely do. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I'm super excited to actually download and start playing it next week. Punishing Gray Raven is holding their 6th anniversary update. Yeah, it has really been 6 freaking years, guys. And oh my god, it's unreal. They're like, yo, go on over, check out their video, go on over and check out their Twitter. So much has been covered, so much has been detailed. It's unreal. Resonant Solstice is a brand new gacha game. It's a train gacha game with quite exquisite character mod. Don't mind the expression over there. I was just very surprised when I saw the some of the characters. This was a breath of fresh air, a genuine breath of fresh air, because this is a game that is very unique and is honestly not a game I expected to even exist. So the fact that it does is honestly very cool. I know a friend of mine, Marco Meatball, some of y'all might know him, is actually playing it, and I think he's enjoying it. A lot of people I know are actually enjoying it because it's just such a stark contrast to everything else we have. Snowbreak Beyond Elysium is an update that marks the transition into 2 characters per patch, 1 character being free. Haru this time. I don't know if every character in the future or every patch in the future is going to have 1 character be free and 1 character be paid, or if it's just this patch. Not sure. I guess I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe I'll do a dedicated video on it too, going over how this marks like a drastic shift in the core of the game. But this is very cool. I kind of want to react to this over on stream because I know it's going to be super freaking degenerate, as it always is. Aether Gazer has an update on November 4th that is going to remove certain Japanese voiceovers. The devs are sending 1 temple as compensation. The affected voice lines, according to the Twitter post, will mainly be idle lines during bond events from interacting with the characters on the lobby screen. But why? I don't actually know why. It doesn't mean that they're cutting off Japanese dubs. There's some Chinese politics restrictions on their side. It's a licensing issue on the mainland. It's a temporary issue, but they don't have a determined date for when this is going to be addressed and fixed. I mean, that's bad news, but at the same time, it's not permanent. So yes, it is bad in the short term, but at the same time, like long term, this is going to be remedied in theory once the negotiations are complete. Stella Sora, much like Chaos Zero Nightmare, much like Duet Night Abyss, actually just released. I think Stella Sora was a couple days before Chaos Zero Nightmare, so I think it's closer to like 2 weeks ago. And since then, it has fumbled a few times. This is a very fun game with great characters, a fun story that has honestly very fun gameplay loop, but just they have messed up a few times. They have tried fixing it by giving players free polls, free premium currency, but the core of the game, from what I've seen, the issues that players had are pretty much being glossed over, and they're attempting to convince players to keep playing by giving them free polls. I don't think that's fixing the issue. I've stated that it's a band-aid fix for a much larger issue. They should just either adjust the gacha rates or boost the rewards, either or. But I'm assuming that over time, they're definitely going to come to a point where they have to address it, or I mean, the alternative is probably not what they want. Wuthering Waves has been nominated for the User's Choice Award category at the PlayStation Partner Awards 2025. That is very cool. That is honestly an honor and deserved. Definitely deserved. Additionally, they have officially rolled out Chuan, the character, and people are very happy with him. Not only his playstyle, but also his story. His story is supposedly insanely good. I have not had the opportunity to play yet because I've just been so busy with sponsored work and all the other games that have come out, but I'm gonna get around to this soon before the release of Chisa and her respective patch. ReMemento White Shadow has officially suspended service, and that is because and I've addressed this in a dedicated video a little while ago, they are overhauling the game in their entirety. This is bad news for people that were playing it because, as far as I'm aware, they don't have a definitive, okay, wait, never mind. They have suspended service, or the suspension is going to happen on November 27th. It isn't suspended right now, but they've announced as of the 28th that the suspension will happen on the 27th of November. But they, as far as I'm aware, they have not announced a date where the game will come back online. They've stated lounge and related community channels are going to be permanently closed. So, I mean, that's never good to see or hear. But they did state this is only temporary and one day they will reopen. And then finally, the 7 Deadly Sins Origin is holding a test phase right now. Mrs. Stix is playing through it, and she plans on having a dedicated video of all of her thoughts. The character models of this game are very, very cute. The graphics are also very, I mean, they're not woo-wah. They're not Azure Premier League, they're not Arknights Endfield, but they're also cute. And I can't wait for you guys to see this video. It's one of the few videos she's actually going to be doing on this channel, and her videos are significantly higher quality than mine. And now you are fully up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre that at the very least mattered to me, that I cared enough to cover, or that my community was at the very least engaged in. You're welcome. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.